Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS in.form. Joining us in the studio is Kyle Rupert, the director of the Jasper Community Arts. And Kyle, it's good to have you. And now shows are really kind of starting to get back into regular sort of shows, although we're down to really one show basically that's left. And then we start moving into some other things throughout the year, as the Art Center is not just the performance arts that the the Jasper Arts does. There's other shows that people will book, like the WBDC Country Showdown. So things happen there all the time. And not to forget, you have the Tim Clark Cultural Center, which is more in that. But we're going to talk this time about two things. One is the HYPROV show that is coming up at the end of April, and the other is Chalk Walk, which will be here before we know it. Let's start off with HYPROV. What is, and actually I'm not saying that name right because there's more to that name.
It's a Colin Mochre's HYPROV with master hypnotist Asad Mehi is the full title. So Colin Mochrie, of Whose Line Is It Anyway fame, world-class improvisation actor, comedian, just all-around impressive talent. He's teamed up with a master hypnotist, and what they do is a show where it's improv under hypnosis, which is where the HYPROV name is a mashup of those two things. So what they do is they take 20 people onto the stage, and Assad will hypnotize them, all 20 of them, or at least attempt to, and then they'll, which is hilarious. And if you've ever been to a hypnotism show, they're always hilarious, what people end up doing, and they'll whittle those 20 people down to 5, and then they'll take those 5 people, and those 5 people will participate in improv games with Colin on stage. So these people will be interacting, but they'll be under hypnosis the entire time. So you take the first layer of comedic gold, which is people under hypnosis, and then you add on top of that, now they're gonna have to do these improv games. And if you've seen Whose Line Is It Anyway, and then I think there's been some other improv shows over the years, there are a lot of classic improv games that are played, but you're going to take Colin's genius, and he's got to work on the fly with these folks who have been hypnotized on stage. So it's just going to be hilarious, gut-busting laughter.
And likely those 5 that are going to be up there are going to be somebody you know.
Probably.
Which is even funnier.
Yeah. And so you'll have stories to tell them, and you'll have to probably tell them, because I don't know how much they're going to remember. They're like, I did what on stage?
That is really, it's an amazing show, because hypnotism in itself is fun. And then watching what people do, and people you know do funny things, is even funnier. And then on top of that, add Colin Mochrie. It's going to be bananas. It really is. It's going to be a great show. And for that show, it is when, and are tickets still available?
It's April 23rd, which is a Saturday, and tickets are still available, though they are going fast, so I don't know how much longer they're going to be available for. There aren't many left. Always encourage people to buy them in advance and not wait to get them at the door. Getting them online is the fastest way. It is reserved seating, so if you get them online, you can quickly pick your seats you want that are available. You can pay for the ticket. You get an email with the ticket with all the information on there ready to go. So highly encourage people to buy them soon and online. You can call us, you can come in and buy them, but I always encourage people to go online first.
Okay, so tickets are still available, but probably not for too long. That's April 23rd. That's a Saturday night. And again, the title of the show is, because I can never remember anything.
It's Colin Mochre's HYPROV with Master Hip. See, I even get it. Colin Mochre's HYPROV is just the quickest way to go about it.
But we have a master hypnotist
along with it.
Doing that.
Absolutely.
And this is like a regular show. Is there an intermission or anything like that?
There will be a break, I believe, in between there, and we are hoping to have concessions available again at the venue. Masks are not required at this point in time to attend the performance, though of course we'll continue to monitor everything, and hopefully we don't see a reverse in trends, but we'll make sure we update everybody should that change. The producers of the show, so there is a volunteer component where those 20 people come up onto the stage. There will be an opportunity online to sign up or register to be one of those volunteers. To do so, the producers of the show do require that. you provide proof of vaccination. And the website has an option to upload an image of your vaccination card for that purpose. And the reason why they do that is they tried it with masks, and what they found was it's really difficult to hypnotize somebody if they're wearing a mask.
Okay.
So no masks, but to be on stage, you'll need to show proof of vaccination, but that's totally voluntary. It's only for people who want to be on stage. If you just want to come to the show and laugh at other people or laugh with other people, you don't have to provide proof of vaccination. You don't have to wear a mask, again, at this time, and we hope that that stays in place.
Okay, so that's for the volunteers who are volunteering to be hypnotized.
Right.
I won't do that because I already make a fool of myself without help.
You don't need to be
I don't need
hypnotized.
to be hypnotized. That's going to be so much fun,
Yeah.
that show.
Yeah.
Okay, and still, tickets are still available online. Now, let's talk a little bit about, let's go to the future,
Right.
into June is...
May.
Okay,
Yeah.
right, May. It is the Chalk Walk.
Yeah.
Why am I saying June?
Because it used to
Okay.
be, so when it started, Chalk Walk was in May.
Okay.
And then we moved it to June.
Okay.
We thought, oh, we're going to do better weather-wise if we do it in June. We got to June, did it for a number of years in June, and we thought, you know what, it gets really hot in June. And June is like officially summer. So we thought maybe we'll move back to May.
Okay.
And so we've moved it back now. It's May 21st. So we've avoided, Memorial Day, we've avoided the Derby, we've avoided a lot of other things, Mother's Day, we've avoided a lot of other things. We moved it back to May for this year.
So it's May 21st.
May 21st.
Okay, and not only is it back in May, but now you're going to go to a different location for all time or for a short period?
Well, the city is
Right.
prepared to start its downtown revitalization project on the square, which is where normally Chalk Walk would be held. And so that's all going to be torn up in some way, I'm sure, by the time May comes around, or they'll be starting that. And so, like a lot of other activities that happen downtown, we've moved locations for 2022. We'll see how it goes. It's a good opportunity to try this event at a different location. And if it goes really well, it might stay at the Cultural Center. It may not. We don't know. I think we're going to wait and see how things turn out. But the nice thing about this new location will be all the parking is going to be more centralized because we have a very large parking lot. And then all of the crafts and activities, except for tie-dye, we have indoor locations for those. We have air-conditioned locations for those. So in the event of inclement weather, the chalking may not happen, but the activities and things will still be available. So we hope that we have a perfectly sunny, beautiful day on May 21st, but if for some reason it's really rainy, people who register can still come. They can get their bag of chalk, and they can go inside the Cultural Center and enjoy all the activities that are going on there. And then they can take their chalk home, and on a later day, they can chalk their own sidewalk or driveway.
That's right. Excellent idea.
Yeah.
Now, I know we're looking far ahead because, May, that's a long way off.
Yeah.
Can people register now, or is that registration going to open later?
Registration is live right now.
Okay.
If you go to jasperarts.org/chalkwalk, you can register now. There is, the earlier you register, the better, because you get a free T-shirt. If you wait too long to register, and you want a T-shirt later on, then you have to pay for that separately.
Okay, so go ahead and register now.
Yep.
And you don't just get a few pieces of chalk, you get a pretty nice size.
No, you get a nice box
Yeah.
of chalk, and then the downtown merchants, along with some other businesses in our community, also supply other items that go into that bag. So it's not just chalk. Mm-hmm. It's chalk and items donated from local businesses, including coupons for food or treats or things like that. So you get quite a bit for that.
And Chalk Walk, remember, is really for all ages and all skill levels.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there may be some really crude drawings, but there are people who are artists.
Yeah, and we're going to have our caricature artist we had last year is coming back, so we'll have free caricatures available again. Huge shout out to Meyer Distributing for sponsoring that for us. And then we'll have our balloon artist back again that was there last year. He was really popular as well. But he'll be set up inside in the atrium. So last year it was hot and we didn't have a lot of shade and there was a long line. You had to wait. It's going to be inside an air-conditioned facility, so it'll be a much nicer wait. But then we'll also have our arts market that'll be available inside the atrium as well. So while you wait for the balloon artist to be available, you can check out the wares and the creations of local artists too.
Okay, and we've talked about 2 events that are part of Jasper Arts. That is HYPROV, which is April 23rd, and then May 21st, which is Chalk Walk. But there's so much else that you do always in between. You're doing art shows. You have exhibits in the art gallery. So there's plenty to do with Jasper Arts.
Oh yeah, always busy. Never resting, it seems. Art classes are out there and available right now to sign up for the next several months. And there's always new exhibits that are opening. Always new opportunities, both at the Cultural Center and at the Jasper Arts Center. I mean, you mentioned coming up in June there. We talked about May. Coming up in June, we've got the Showdown.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The WBDC
40th,
yeah, 40th
year,
annual,
right?
yeah.
So, you know,
Big show.
Big show, yeah. We're looking forward to that again and looking forward to filling that venue up again.
Getting back to normal.
Getting back to normal. So
We are too.
Yeah.
Well, Kyle, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank
Make
you.
sure you check out the website, which again is
JasperArts.org.
because you kind of keep things up to date there, what shows are coming up.
Right.
When you start releasing information about the next season,
Right.
that is there. The different artists that change and the galleries are always listed there, and then all the different things that are going on.
Yep.
All right. Thank you very much, Kyle.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching 18 WJTS. We are local people watching local people.